In the next 10 minutes, I will show you how to get rich at your 9 to 5 job, regardless of what job you're having and regardless of how much you're earning right now. No fluff and no BS. Just 5 ways that are proven and easy for anyone working today to build real wealth. Hi guys, if you're new here, I'm Shao and I became financially free at age 35 after working for companies like Google and JP Morgan. And on this channel, we explore all things personal finance and career development. So let's get straight into it. Number 1, multiply your active income. If you're looking to get rich by working, the most obvious thing to do is to earn more. The problem here is that most of us have been only taught one way to earn more money, and that is to work hard and get paid more. Here's a list of the different ways you can increase your active income at work, ranking from easiest to most difficult. Let's start with the easiest, and that is getting a side hustle. This means that you get a second job after work, such as delivering food or driving an Uber. While this is the easiest, it actually requires a lot of time and energy from you, and the money really isn't very good, so I wouldn't really recommend it. The next option is switching jobs. Research consistently shows that people who switch jobs often get paid way more than people who stayed in their jobs longer. And I highly recommend switching jobs as an easy way for you to increase your active income, especially if you're working in a competitive industry. And the only real effort that you have to invest is to search for similar jobs and to prepare for the interviews. Now, even if you like your current job and have no intention of moving, having a second offer will help increase your bargaining power to actually ask for a raise in your current job. So you really should be doing this more regularly. And the last option is moving into sales. This is my favorite way to earn more money at my job. I myself moved into sales when I was in Google, and I increased my annual salary from $100,000 to over $300,000 in just 2 years. That's because the more closer you are to the customer, the more likely you bring in more money for your company, and in exchange, they will pay you an extra sales commission to reward you. Now, you may have never considered a career in sales because it seems intimidating and you don't have the outgoing personality to talk to strangers. A simple workaround is to look for sales jobs in Fortune 100 companies. So these are established and publicly listed companies. So think of companies like Apple, Meta, Coca-Cola. These companies already have product market fit. So as a salesperson there, you don't need to spend too much effort to find your own customers or to convince them to buy your product. And being a Fortune 100 company, they are more likely to be able to pay you an above market pay as well. Number 2, lower your burn rate. Getting paid more at your job is useless if all your money is leaving you just as fast. Often, the big 3 expense of anyone working would be mortgage or rent, transportation, and food. My own rule of thumb is that you should not be spending more than 50% of your take-home pay on these big 3 expenses. Is there a way that you can lower your rent by having a housemate, or to meal prep to avoid eating out too often? Now, you may have also heard of this group of people called Henrys, high earners, not rich yet. And the number 1 reason why these high earners still live paycheck to paycheck is because of lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation occurs when you find yourself spending more on nicer things when your income goes up as well. Perhaps you have worked hard and just got a promotion, so you decided to go treat yourself and buy yourself a brand new car or have a luxury holiday. All this lifestyle inflation just pushes your ability to get rich further down the line. Speaking of expenses, number 3 is to lower your income tax. Because you're working at a 9 to 5, your biggest expense will most likely be your income tax. In places like the United States or Europe, your income tax could be as high as 50%. That is a ridiculous amount because that means that for every dollar that you make, more than half of it doesn't belong to you at the end of the day. So people who get rich in their jobs consistently put in the efforts to find legal ways of lowering their income tax. Find out if there's a retirement account that you can contribute to, or any tax-deductible insurance you can participate in. Now, the easiest way is to just go online and do your research yourself. But a simple hack that I did was just to find a colleague in my company who is really good with numbers. That person could be someone in the accounting or finance department, and I'll simply send them an email inviting them to have lunch one day. It's a win-win situation because you meet a new friend at work and you get advice on how they are managing their own income tax as well. Number 4, investing early. To really get rich, you cannot just depend on your active income. You have to start building your own passive income as well. Having passive income also protects you from any layoff risk or job loss. And the best part about investing early is the concept of compounding interest. Basically, it means that the money you invest will grow and make you more money, and that additional money will continue to make you even more money in the future. Here's a simple example. If you invest $100 every month at an 8% return at the age of 25, you would have gotten $300,000 when you're 65 years old. Now, here are the two common mistakes that I see most 9 to 5 people make when it comes to investing. The first one is always chasing the next hot investment. This is the number one investment return killer. When I was younger, I would often go to the office and overhear someone sharing about the latest hot stock picks or read some online forum and learn about a hot new investment idea. What usually happens is that by the time you hear of this hot investment, it's already too late and you're investing at the highest possible point. And you end up panic selling it when prices come crashing down. So what I recommend is just to invest regularly in ETFs and index funds, specifically the S&P 500 index fund. These are low-cost investment vehicles that legendary investor Warren Buffett recommends. So if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for us. The second mistake I see is investing the same amount every time. When you finally manage to earn more at your job, it is normal that you want to spend more on the nicer things like eating out and traveling. But what you should do is to also increase your contribution to your investments. Remember the example I shared with you earlier where you invest $100 to get $300,000? If you're able to increase it to $500 a month, that amount grows much bigger to $1.5 million. And now we come to the last point, point number 5, and that is knowing the difference between active income and passive income. Earlier in this video, I shared with you how you should actively increase your active income. And I've just encouraged you to invest in boring, unexciting ETF and index funds. But what most people working 9 to 5 will actually do is the opposite. They are very passive in their active income. They don't proactively learn new skills or network in their industry to find better opportunities. Yet they're super active after work, spending hours reading what is the latest new property to buy, the latest credit card to have, and the latest stock news. So if you are doing the opposite, being passive for your active income and being active for your passive income, you can end up with very undesirable results of losing a lot of money because you're literally going in the opposite direction. So there you have it. These are the 5 steps on how you can get rich with your 9 to 5 job. If you enjoyed this video, I have linked a few others for you to watch. Thanks for watching and see you next time.